Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
So what is the answer for this? If EA be the electric field strength of a short dipole, the answer will be EA is equal to 2 times E equatorial. The potential difference across the capacitor is changed from 15 volt to 30 volt. Work done is W. What will be the work done when the potential difference is changed from 30 volt to 60 volt? So W is equal to Q into delta V. So Q into, what is the value of delta V here? It is 15. W dash is equal to the same charge Q into delta V dash. So Q into the change in voltage is 30. It is 2 times Q into 15. So it will become 2 times W. Am I right? You have an option. Yes. One minute. Let me cross check the answers. So first one B then. First one B. Second one. Oh, I'm really sorry. It's a capacitor. So capacitor means the work done is equal to half CV square. Right? So can we say W is directly proportional to the potential difference square because half into C is a constant? So W2 divided by W1 is equal to V2 square divided by V1 square. V2 square is 900 divided by V1 square is 225. This goes 4 times, which implies W2 is equal to 4 times W1. So it is 4W. So in the circuit shown, the current through the 5 ohm resistor is what is the answer? Guys, how to solve? What is the answer?
So I said 1 by 3.
1 by 3 is correct. 1 by 3 correct. 1 by 6 in Potuku. Oh, sorry, 1 by 3 is correct. 1 by 3 is correct. Yeah, how did you get it? So both the batteries, let's say they are going to supply the value of current I. So how much will be the current that is coming out of the circuit? 2I, right? So if I take this to be A, B, C, D, then if I take the loop A, B, C, D, A, when I go from A to B, I'm going across the electric EMF from higher to lower. So minus 2 plus 2I plus 5I is equal to 0. Will 5I like 10I. Because 2I into 5. So 10I is equal to 0. So 12I will be equal to 2. I will be equal to 1 by 6. But we need the current through the 5 ohm. So current through the 5 ohm will be 2 into I, which is going to be 1 by 3 ampere. So 1 by 3 ampere is the right answer. If the radius of a coil is halved and the number of turns is doubled, then the magnetic field at the center of the coil for the same will be. So B is equal to mu naught Ni divided by 2R. So B dash will be equal to mu naught into radius is halved and the turns is doubled. So here it will become 2n into I divided by 2 into R by 2. This and this will get cancelled. So what will happen? Or I'll leave this 2. This 2 is there. No, this will go to the numerator. So 4 times mu naught Ni divided by 2R. Accepted? So what will be the answer?
Yes. Becomes 4.
Yes. The radius of the coil is halved and the number of turns doubled, then the magnetic field at the center of the coil of the same current becomes 4 times. Shriram, you're there?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Take a paper, write
Yes,
it
sir.
down. Corrections have been put.
Okay, sir.
Fourth one, option is A. B in it is wrong. Option is A.
Yes, sir.
So bar magnet is equal to a current carrying solenoid. There is a spelling mistake, but answer is solenoid. This is good. Fifth one,
Yes,
D.
sir.
Fifth D in put. If the electric flux varies as phi is equal to 3t square plus 4t plus 2 and the EMF at t is equal to 2 seconds. So EMF is equal to d phi by dt. I'm taking only magnitude. Right? So it will be 60 plus 4. So EMF at 2 seconds will be equal to 16 volt. A step-up transformer operates on a 230 volt line. 1 minute, wait. Sixth one answer A then. Correct. Okay. So seventh one. A step-up transformer operates on a 230 volt line at a load of 2 ampere. The ratio of the primary and the secondary windings is 1:25. The current in the primary is. Answer. Number of turns in the secondary divided by the number of turns in primary is equal to current in primary divided by current in secondary. So number of primary is to secondary windings is 1:25. So this will be 25. 25 is equal to, so Ns divided by Np is equal to Vs divided by Vp. So 230 so Is வந்து 2 ampere. Okay, they've given this. So we need the primary in the current. So 25 is equal to Ip divided by 2. So Ip will be 50 ampere. That's sense. I hope you could understand. So the magnetic field in a traveling electromagnetic wave has a peak value of 20 nano Tesla. The peak value of the electric field is, so C is equal to E naught divided by B naught, which implies E naught is equal to B naught into C. So 20 into 10 power minus 9 into B naught is, sorry, C is 3 into 10 power 8. So it is going to be 60 into 10 power minus 1 or 6. Answer is 6 volt per meter. The critical angle of a medium with respect to air is 45 degrees. The refractive index of the medium is 1 by root 2. It is 1.41. Mu is equal to sin IC, no? So sin 45 is 1 by root 2. Oh, sorry. It's 1 by sin IC. So 1 by root 2, which will be root 2. Root 2 is 1.414. In Young's double slit experiment, 2 slits are made 5 millimeter apart. D is equal to 5 millimeter. And the screen is placed 2 meter apart. What is the fringe separation and the light of wavelength? 500 nanometer is used. Lambda is 500 into 10 power minus 9. What will be the answer, guys? Beta is equal to lambda into capital D divided by small d. How much is it? 2
millimeter.
Let me check. 2 into 500 into 10 power minus 9. So lambda into capital D divided by D. 5 into 10 power minus 3. Correct? So this will be 100 So 200 into 10 power minus 6 is equal to 0.2 into 10 power minus 3. It's 0.2
Yes, sir.
millimeter. Mistake pannirukka. So that's correct. And I சொன்னதுக்கு here the answer is given as B only, but I got it out after you told. 0.2 correct. சரியா?
Okay.
Yeah. So light of wavelength 4000 angstrom is incident on a metal plate whose work function is 2 electron volt. The maximum kinetic energy of the emitted photoelectrons would be. So the light of wavelength, so hc by lambda is equal to W naught plus K max. So K max is equal to hc by lambda minus W naught. Okay. How much will you get?
1.1.
1.1 is what you will get, correct? So since it's in terms of electron volt, just give me a minute. So you have to convert everything to electron volt and then solve it. So it is 1.1 electron volt. The angular momentum of an electron in the nth orbit is nh by 2 pi. The mass density of a nucleus varies with mass number as C. Constant. Yes. In semiconductor, a forbidden energy gap between the valence band and the conduction band is of the order of
1 eV.
a ray incident along the normal of the mirror retraces its path. Yes. In reflection, angle of incidence is always equal to the angle of reflection. Yes, both are right. So when it is incident normal to the surface, angle of incidence will be equal to
0.
0. Yes. Bending of a wire does not affect the electrical resistance, right? Resistance of a wire is proportional to the resistivity of the material, right? But
B
what is
is,
the answer for it? B is the answer. It mark பண்ணிக்கோங்க.
yes.
17 B mark பண்ணி இங்க ஏன் கொடுத்திருக்கு தப்பு. B is the right answer. The electromagnetic waves are transverse in nature. Yes. These waves propagate in straight lines.
Sir, is
Do
it
they?
transverse, sir?
Which one?
EM waves are transverse.
Yes, EM wave. Light is a transverse wave. Because vibration of particles and direction of propagation are always perpendicular to each other.
Yes, sir. That means it's longitudinal, right?
இல்லையே longitudinal along length. Hey, EM waves definition அதுதான்டா. Electric field and magnetic field are perpendicular to each other and they are mutually perpendicular to the direction of propagation. அது transverse அது.
Okay, sir.
Light is a transverse wave. Sound தான் வந்து longitudinal. So these
Okay.
waves propagate in straight lines. Yes, it is right, but they both have no connection. So B is the right answer.
Sir, so compression and rarefaction takes place in longitudinal waves.
Yes, here it takes place in the form of crest and trough. PROUGH. An electric dipole is held in a uniform electric field. Show that the net force acting on it is 0. So this is a theory question, right? So you draw a uniform electric field, you place a dipole. This is QE, this is QE. They both get cancelled. Okay. The dipole is aligned parallel to the field. To find the work done rotating it through an angle of 180 degree. So initially, if the dipole is aligned along the field, so what is the work done in this case, or what is the energy possessed in this case?
Minus P cos theta.
U is equal to minus PE into 0, cos 0. Correct?
Yes.
So it is minus PE. This is U1. U2 minus PE into cos 180, which will be
P.
1. Sorry, PE. So work done is equal to U2 minus U1. So PE minus of minus PE. Answer in our 2 PE. If you have written it as 0, it is wrong. So work done is 2 PE, and this is a very important question. Make a note of it. Okay. 20th. Write two characteristics of equipotential surface. Two equipotential surfaces. So what are the two characteristics? Can you tell me?
So they never intersect.
They never intersect. It's same like the electric field
They
lines.
are perpendicular to electric field.
So electric field and the equipotential surface are always perpendicular to each other. Draw the equipotential surface due to a dipole. So basically what will happen, this will be a positive charge, this will be a negative charge. We'll have set of concentric spheres here. We'll have set of concentric spheres here. And this is going to be the equipotential, sorry, there's going to be the equatorial line. Puriyada? #21. Two cells of EMF E1 and E2 and internal resistance R1 and R2 respectively are connected in parallel. Obtain the expressions for the equivalent resistance. So equivalent resistance is 1 by R equivalent is equal to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2. You can derive it. There's a theory question. Again, you have it in the app. You can check it. Determine the EMF of the combination. So E equivalent divided by R equivalent is equal to E1 by R1 plus E2 by R2.
Sir,
Solupa.
sir, for the fourth question, can we use this formulas?
எங்க இருக்கு fourth?
That two batteries and two I.
பண்ணலாமே பண்ணி காட்டுமா? Yeah, you can use it. Yes, because they both are.
I used it. I got little bit different.
You got the same answer, la?
Almost close, sir. I choose D on this.
சரி இரு பண்ணி பார்க்கலாம். E equivalent divided by R equivalent is equal to E1 by R1 plus E2 by R2. E equivalent divided by R equivalent எவ்வளோ? 1.
Yes, sir.
Is equal to E1 by R1 எவ்வளோ? 1 plus E2 by R2 1. So 2 வருதா E equivalent?
Yes.
அப்ப என்ன வருது? So இங்க வந்து 2 ohm connected across 5. So I is equal to V by R 2 by 5. So இது மாதிரி பண்ணியா 2 by 4 இருக்கும். So அதனால இது கிட்ட எடுத்துக்கியா?
Yes, this was only close.
Okay.
0.3.
Okay. இல்ல அதுதான் மிஸ்டேக். ஆக்சுவலா வந்து அப்படி வராது. I'll tell you what is the mistake you did.
Yes.
So இதோட redraw பண்றப்ப you should replace it with a 2 volt battery, but you forgot the internal resistance of 2 ohm.
Oh, yes, sir.
Sorry, 2 ohm கிடையாது, 1 ohm.
Total resistance 1.
Correct. If this 2 volt is not connected across 5, it is connected across 6.
6.
So I is equal to V,
yes.
2 by 6. 1 by 3 தான் வரும்.
1 by 3. Oh,
Sir, V equal to E minus IR, sir. That one.
அது கூட பண்ணலாம்டா. V is equal to E minus IR பண்ணலாம். But you don't know. அது பண்ணி தான் you get the Kirchhoff's law.
Okay.
Yes, got it.
Got it, no? So, the discuss பண்ணோம்ல. Yeah. The battery of EMF 12 volt and internal resistance 2 ohm is connected to a 4 ohm resistor as shown in the figure. Show that the voltmeter when placed across the cell and across the resistor in turn gives the same reading. Tell me the answer. என்ன சொல்றாங்க? So a battery of EMF 12 volt and internal resistance 2 ohm is connected to a 4 ohm resistor as shown in the figure. Show that the voltmeter when placed across the cell and across the resistor in turn gives the same reading. Okay, here I'm assuming that the voltmeter is ideal. Okay, so what is the terminal potential difference across the cell? V is equal to potential. voltmeter என்ன reading காட்டும்டா? V is equal to E minus IR. E வந்து 12 minus I எவ்வளோ? I is half. Half கிடையாது 2. ஏன்னா V வந்து 12, R is 2 plus 4, 6. It will be 2 ampere. So 2 into R எவ்வளோ? 2. So 12 minus 4 is 8. So 8 volt தான் வரும். So when you connect the voltmeter here, you get 8 volt. When you connect the voltmeter here, what will you get? 4 multiplied with 2 ohm flowing through it. You will get same 8 volt. Purida, are you able to understand? If at all this question comes as an independent question without a choice, will you guys be able to do it? I need a confirmation from your side.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So 22nd, this is a derivation from the electromagnetic waves chapter. So what is the value of UE? Half epsilon naught. So UE is basically energy density. It is not the energy. Okay. Half epsilon naught E square. Correct? U be another. Half mu naught B square. Sorry. Half B square by mu naught. Correct, Ada? What is the relation between electric field and B? So C is equal to E by B. So E is equal to BC. Let this be 1. I'll write it in a different way. So C is equal to E by B, and C is also 1 by root of mu naught into epsilon naught. This is E by B. Upper, can I write E is equal to B divided by root of mu naught into epsilon naught? Guys, am I clear? So take this value and substitute it here. You will get UE is equal to half into epsilon naught into B square divided by mu naught into epsilon naught. This cancel பண்ணிடுங்க. Answer will be B square divided by 2 times mu naught. புரியுதா? So here also you'll have B square divided by. So from the electric field, you will be able to derive magnetic field, and from the magnetic field's energy density, you will be able to derive the electric field's energy density. Clear? 23rd.
Sir, I have a doubt, sir.
Tell me that.
Sir, should I report the answer by like substituting, sir?
Actually, if you start panana, you should take only this. You should take only UE. Okay. You should write C is equal to E by B, and C is also equal to 1 by root of mu naught into epsilon naught. Then you start writing E in terms of B. Take this and substitute it here. Finally, you should get this value. Now, this value will be equal to UB. B square
Yes,
by
sir.
2 mu naught is UB. So actually, you started with UE, but you got this value. புரியுதாடா?
Yes, sir. Clear, sir.
Yeah. So which state of the triply ionized B3 plus has the same orbital radius as that of the ground state hydrogen atom? So we know that R is equal to 0.53 into n square divided by Z. So 0.53 into n square divided by Z is equal to 0.53. Yeah. 0.53 into n square by Z is for the beryllium 3 plus. 0.53 is the radius of the ground state of hydrogen. So 0.53 and 0.53 are gone. N square will be equal to Z, which implies n square is equal to what is the atomic number of beryllium? Hydrogen, helium, lithium,
4.
beryllium. So it is 4, which implies N is equal to 2. So the second state will have the same radius as that of the ground state of hydrogen atom. Compare the energy in both the states. So energy is what? E is equal to minus 13.6 into Z square divided by N square. 16 divided by n square is 4. So this is the energy of beryllium. And what about the energy of hydrogen? It will be 1 out of 1. N is 1, H is 1. So answer will be 4. So energy of beryllium will be equal to 4 times the energy of the hydrogen ion. Clear? So that is one way. Sorry, that is one question. The next one is calculate the shortest wavelength of the spectral lines emitted in the Balmer series. So shortest wavelength is highest frequency. So when can you have the highest energy? When the electron jumps from n is equal to infinity to the lowermost orbit. So for Balmer series, the lowermost orbit is 2. So when the transition takes place from n is equal to infinity to n is equal to 2, then the wavelength formula is 1 by lambda is equal to r into 1 by 2 square minus 1 by infinity square. So 1 by lambda will be equal to r by 4, which implies lambda is equal to 4 by r. So lambda will be 4 by 1.097 into 10 power 7. So substitute in this, you will get the answer. Are you able to understand? 24th. Define mass number of an atomic nucleus. Assuming the nucleus to be spherical, give the relation between mass number and this one. So R is equal to R naught into A power 1 by 3. Calculate the density of the nuclear matter. So density is equal to mass divided by volume. So mass is going to be 1.66 into 10 power minus 27 divided by volume is going to be 4 by 3 into pi r cube. R cube is r naught cube into A. Right? When you calculate all these values, you will get 3 into 10 power 17 kilogram per meter cube. This is going to be the density. Am I clear? Solra.
Sir, here mass and mass number will get cancelled, right?
Yeah, they do.
Okay.
Yeah. That is why we say the density of every nucleus is almost a constant. No? Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
So Einstein's photoelectric equation H nu is equal to W naught plus K max, or K max will be equal to H nu minus H nu naught. State clearly the 3 salient features observed in the photoelectric effect, which can be explained on the basis of the above equation. So when nu naught is less than nu, what will happen?
Then there will be no photoelectric.
Yes, because nu naught is less than nu means there is no threshold frequency. So when there is no threshold frequency, there is no photoelectric effect. Okay. Similarly, what can you say in graphical representation? I can say K max is linearly proportional to nu, right? And lastly, we can also say that the kinetic energy from the experimental aspect, that the kinetic energy is independent of the intensity of the incident radiation. Okay.
Sir, even instantaneous, the process is intense.
Yeah, process is instantaneous as well. You write all these points, but you mathematically speaking, you write these 2 points that are important. Because the other 2
Sir,
points that I
third
told
point,
you,
what should be right? Sir,
third point we discussed about the intensity. You can write that.
okay.
You are given 3 lenses L1, L2, and L3, each of focal length 20 centimeter. An object is kept at 40 centimeter in front of L1. The final real image is formed at the focus I of L3. Find the separation between L1, L2, and L3. How to solve? So for L1, 1 by V minus 1 by U is equal to 1 by F if I apply. 1 by V minus 1 by U is how much? Minus 40 is equal to 1 by F is 20, which implies 1 by V is equal to 1 by 40 plus 1 by 20. So 1 by V will be equal to 1 by 40 plus 2 by 40. So it will be 3 by 40. No. I made a mistake. It's minus 1 by 40. So here it is minus 1 by 40. So it should be 1 by 40, which implies V will be equal to 40 centimeter, right? So V is 40 centimeter. This is V1. So where is V1 formed? At a distance of 40 centimeter from L1. And that is acting as the object for, second lens. Right, that is acting as the object for the second lens. Now, if I come in the reverse, okay, if I come in the reverse, for L3, listen to this carefully. For L3, the image is formed at the focus. When is it possible?
Sir, if the object is at infinity.
So for U3, the object distance should be infinity. So for U3 to be infinity, U3 is the object distance for L3, but U3 is the image distance for L2. Correct? So for L2, V is infinity, U2 is how much? I don't know. Focal length is 20. So 1 by V minus 1 by U is 1 by F. So 1 by infinity minus 1 by U is equal to 1 by 20, which implies 1 by, so this is 0, which implies U is equal to minus 20. That is U2 is equal to minus 20. Accepted? So U2 is minus 20 centimeter. So it should be somewhere over here. So if U2 is minus 20 centimeter, then what should be the separation between L1 and L2? So if this is 20, remember, this is 40. Why?
Sir, image is formed at 40.
Yes, 40. But this point is at a distance of 20 from L2 on the left of it. Suppose what is the distance of separation between L1 and L2?
Fixed.
And what about the distance of separation between L2 and L3? It can be anything, because what has happened? This 20 is the focal point of L2. From there, wherever you place, the image is going to be formed at infinity. Infinity is any greater distance. So when the image is formed at infinity with respect to L2, it is formed at infinity with respect to L3 also. Are you able to understand? So the distance between L2 and L3 does not matter at all. It can be anything. Got it? This is a very good question. Try it again. So 27th is an NCERT problem. 2-point charges Q1 and Q2 of magnitude 10 power minus 8 and minus 10 power minus 8 respectively are placed 0.1 meter apart. Calculate the electric fields at points A, B, and C. For us to calculate the electric field at point A, due to Q1, the electric field is to the right. Due to Q2, the electric field is to the right. So calculate E1. E1 will be 9 into 10 power 9 into Q1. that is 10 power minus 8 divided by r square. 0.05 is 1 by 20. 1 by 20 the whole square. What about E2? 9 into 10 power 9 into 10 power minus 8 divided by 1 by 20 the whole square. So what will be the sum? E1 plus E2. So which is going to be 9 into 10 power 9 into 400 into 10 power minus 8. So it is 3.6 into 10 power 4 Newton per Coulomb. Am I clear, guys? So this is at point A. Similarly, guys would have calculated at point B, right? Can you tell me how to calculate at point B? Due to Q1, it is on the leftward side. This is E due to Q1. Due to Q2, it is on the opposite side.
Sir, can't we consider it as an axial point?
You cannot know. Because the distance of separation is not in terms of angstrom. Correct?
Yes, sir.
See, what is an electric dipole state? Two charges of equal and opposite nature, two charges of equal magnitude and opposite nature, separated by a very small distance. What is that small distance? It is generally in terms of angstrom or nanometer.
Okay, sir.
Okay, you cannot do that. So similarly, if you calculate the value at B, you will get an answer. For C alone, what you are supposed to do is you will consider the electric field due to the one at point C into be in upward direction. The other will be in the downward direction. So resultant will be somewhat like this. Right? You can resolve it into components and then solve it. So it's very simple. This is one, this is one, this is one. Obviously, it forms an equilateral triangle. So this is 60, this is 60. So the exterior angle will be 120. So since it is 120, this will be 60 and this will be 60. Resolve it into components and then solve it. Okay. So since there's a textbook problem, I'm leaving it to you. You can, there's an example problem from NCERT. You can go through it and check the answer. 28. State Biot-Savart law and express it in the vector form. So in the vector form, I'll write it mu naught by 4 pi I into dl vector cross r vector divided by r cube. So using Biot-Savart law, obtain the expression for the magnetic field due to a circular coil on the, okay. Mu naught I a square divided by 2 into a square plus x square the whole power 3 by 2. Right? You can go through the videos for the derivation part. Next. A straight wire carrying a current of 12 ampere is bent into a semicircular arc of radius 2 centimeter as shown in the figure. Consider the magnetic field B at the center of the arc. What is the magnetic field due to straight segments? So magnetic field due to straight segments is 0. In what way the contribution of B from the semicircle differs from that of the circular loop? So magnetic field due to a semicircular loop is going to be half of that of the magnetic field due to the circular loop. Would your answer be different if the wire were bent into a semicircular arc of the same radius but in opposite direction as shown in the figure? Magnitude will not be different, but direction will be different. This is also NCERT problem. This is also an NCERT solved example. Right? What is the answer? A network of resistors is connected to a 16-volt battery with the internal resistance of 1 ohm, as shown in the figure. Compute the equivalent resistance of the network. How much? 2, 1, 12, and 6. What is the equivalent resistance? R1, R2 by R1 plus R2. 72 by 18. This should be 4. So answer will be 4, 5, 7, 8. So it will be 8 ohm and this will be 16 volt. So V is equal to, right, compute the equivalent resistance of the network.
Sir,
It is,
it should be 7, right?
எதுரா
Equivalent
இல்ல
resistance.
7 இது ஒண்ணு இருக்கே
Yes, sir.
That is also part of the circuit only, no? It will be 8.
Sir, so we will take the internal resistance into account.
Yeah, you can. You need to actually. In a network, then a network battery resistance is also included. Read the question. Calculate the equivalent resistance of the network. Network battery is a part of it. No. So battery resistance. Obtain the current in each resistor. So first of all, what is the current through the circuit? I is equal to V by R. 16 by 8. 2 ampere.
Sir, but in the book it is given 7 ohms, sir.
7 ohm. You should take this also. It's ambiguous actually, but see, according to me, you can take this also. Sorry, 7 now you will get marks. Just make a note of it. Right? Just make a note of it. But according to me, both are right. So one thing you can do is 7 ohm excluding the internal resistance. It's safer side.
Okay, sir.
So examiner, I don't know how they are going to take the paper. In the answer, 800. Okay, but both are right.
Sir, both.
So
can
what
be
you
right.
yeah, both you can write. For safer side, just to be safe on our part, what you write is write it as 7 without the internal resistance, 8 with the internal resistance.
Okay.
So
Sir.
those are that thing. They let them choose whichever answer is right. You will get both. Correct. So obtain the current in each resistor. So total current is 2 ampere. That 2 ampere is going to be like this. 2 ampere. Now it will get split into 2 parts. In the 2 ampere, 1 ampere will go here, 1 will go here. Correct. Similarly, inge 1 ampere. Here what will happen? When you have two resistors of unequal values in parallel, then how you calculate the current directly? I1 will be equal to, listen to this carefully. If, for example, if I take this to be I1, I1 will be equal to total current 1 into opposite resistance divided by the equivalent resistance. Guys, are you able to understand what I wrote? I1 will be equal to I into opposite resistance divided by the equivalent resistance. So it will be 1 by 3. Up I2 2 minus 1 by 3. It will be 5 by 3. Obviously, through lesser resistance, more current will flow. So obtain the voltage drop across AB, BC, and CD. So voltage drop across AB, what will you write? Here the equivalent resistance is 2. 2 multiplied with 2 is 4 volt. Voltage drop across BC is 2 multiplied with 1 is 2 volt. Voltage drop across CD will be 4 multiplied with 2, which will be 8 volt. So 4 plus 2, 6, 6 plus 8 is 14. 14 plus, here there will be an voltage drop of 2 volt. So 14 plus 2 will give you 16. So define relaxation time. So it is a time taken between two successive collisions, time taken by the electrons between two successive collisions. How is it related to the drift velocity of free electrons? So Vd is equal to minus E into E divided by M into tau. Use this relation to deduce the expression for the electrical resistivity of the material. So how to solve this? Use this relation to deduce the expression for the electrical resistivity of the material. So this, I think I showed it in the previous test. Okay. So there's again a derivation. You can look at the video. So 30th. What is the answer? This is also an NCERT problem. Right? Answer for the first one. So first case, it is entering into the magnetic field. So area increases, flux increases. When flux increases, same polarity. Okay. We act like North Pole. So it will be North Pole. Answer will be BCDAB. Similarly, when you talk about the second one, when it is flowing in the outward direction, area is decreasing, flux is decreasing, so opposite polarity. So answer will be ACBA. Similarly, in the third case, it is going in the outward direction. Right, answer will be DABCD. Derive an expression for the average power consumed in the series LCR circuit connected to an AC source for which the phase difference between voltage and the current is this one. So when you derive it, PAV will give ERMS into IRMS into cos phi. Okay. Next, define the quality factor in the AC circuit. So what is quality factor? It is defined as the ratio of the resonant frequency to the difference in the, tell me, complete the statement.
Bandwidth.
Yes. Or you can say it is defined as the ratio of the resonant frequency to the bandwidth. So why should the quality factor have high value in receiving circuits? So logic is simple. So quality factor is high implies bandwidth is low. So when bandwidth is low, the selection power is more. So selection power, you technically call it as sharpness. So sharpness will be more. Right? Because of the sharpness, you can say that the quality factor is supposed to be high. So name the factors on which it depends. So you know this, right? Q is equal to 1 by R into root of L by C. So what are the factors on which it depends on? It depends on the resistance, inductance, and the capacitance. Clear?
Sir,
Tell me.
sir, when bandwidth decreases, sharpness increases.
Yes, because you're reducing the probability of more frequencies within a bandwidth, right?
Okay, sir.
No, simple. Let's say I'm asking you to, let's say you want to choose a cricket ball. I'm giving you 10 options. And I'm giving you 5 options, right? Means in these 5, the best option is available in this 10 and in this 5. Okay, best
Yes,
option, I didn't remove it. So where will your selection process be more? Where can you select things faster?
5 options.
5. When best is already there, you need to test the other 4 pieces which are not best. But you
Yes,
can know you have to test 9. So another sharpness varies. Adhe concept of bandwidth. In the 10th
okay,
option, you call it as bandwidth.
yes, sir.
So draw a neat label diagram of a step-up transformer. Okay, this you know. Obtain the ratio of the secondary and the primary voltage in terms of the number of turns and the current in the coil. So NS divided by NP will be equal to VS divided by VP should be equal to IP divided by IS. Next, a power transmission line. So it's an OR question, right? Power transmission line feeds input power of 2200 volt to a step-down transformer with its primary windings being 3000 turns. Find the number of turns in the secondary to get the output power as 220 volt. A power transmission line feeds an input now primary voltage as 2200 volt to a step-down transformer. Calculate the number of turns so as you want to get the secondary output as 220 volt. Answer. NS divided by NP will be equal to VS divided by VP, which implies NS evo. That's what we need to find. NP is, what is the value of NP? 3000. is equal to, what is the value of Vs? 220, here 2200. It becomes 1 by 10. So Ns should be equal to 300 turns. It's very simple. It decreases by a factor of 10. The number of windings should also decrease by a factor of 10. So 32. In Young's double slit experiment, describe briefly how bright and dark fringes are obtained on the screen kept in front of a double slit. So it's a theory question again. Hence, obtain the expression for the fringe width. So fringe width is beta is equal to lambda into capital D divided by D. So this one also, again, you can refer to the videos, or you can look at the solution sheet that will be shared. The ratio of intensities of the maxima to the minima in the Young's double slit experiment is 9:25. Find the ratio of the widths. Remember, I1 by I2 is equal to the ratio of the intensities to the minima to the maxima. So I min to I max is this much. So how much is it? It is 25:9. And remember,
9
width. I min is I max. Yeah, it is 9:25. Okay. So W1 by W2, the widths are directly proportional to the individual intensities, or they are directly equal to the individual amplitudes. So A1 by A2 the whole square. So I min, can I write it as A1 minus A2 the whole square?
Sir,
Hmm.
width will be equal to A1 by A2, right?
Square.
And root of I1 by root of I2.
Illa. This is how it works. 1 minute, let me check. Illa, directly proportional. A1 by A2 the square root of I1 by I2 more.
So
What I
width
wrote
and
is correct.
okay, sir.
What I wrote is correct. So A1 square by A2 square, but number A1 minus A2 the whole square by A1 plus A2 the whole square. So A1 minus A2 by A1 plus A2 is 9/25. Sorry, 3/5. Okay. So A1 minus A2 plus A1 plus A2 by A1 minus A2 plus A1 minus A2 or minus A1 plus A2 is equal to 8 divided by 2. It becomes 4. Idum cancel idum. I'll tell you what I did. I applied something called as component or dividend rule. A by B is equal to C by D now, then you can write A plus B by A minus B is equal to C plus D by C minus D. Okay, I use the same logic. So A1 minus A2 plus A1 plus A2 by A1 minus A2 minus A1 minus A2. Okay, is equal to 3 plus 5 by 3 minus 5. So A2 and A2 will get cancelled. A1 and A1 will get cancelled. So 2A1 divided by minus 2A2 is equal to 8 divided by minus 2. Minus and minus are gone. 2 and 2 are gone. So A1 by A2 will be 4. Up A1 by A2, the whole square will be 16:1. That is the answer.
Sir, sir, can you check this, sir? Since amplitude will be directly proportional to width and intensity should be square of width, right?
Width, see, width in the opening. Width is opening. Opening, now basically, can I call it as opening has an aperture? So more is the width, more is going to be the intensity. Means if I have a bigger opening, if you have a smaller window and you have a bigger window, which one will allow more amount of light to pass through it? Same logic, are there. So it's directly proportional to I1. It is directly proportional to intensity and directly proportional to amplitude square. That's the answer.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is also there. This, I think we solved it in the previous test also. I've done this problem multiple times.
Sir,
So
actually, the before problem, I tried it out, and in the I checked my answer in Google, and it said width is directly proportional to A1. So if you searched it.
already check paniko. If you want, I'll check it again. I don't know which site you saw. It's correct only. What I wrote is correct. Check panurvati. If you have SLR or something, no, any other reference book, you can check. Okay. So derive an expression for the path difference.
Sir, I sent you a picture, sir. Can you see after the class?
Yeah.
Regarding this, sir.
Yeah. So P is equal to n lambda or P is equal to 2n plus 1 into lambda by 2. This is what they're expecting you to derive. So using this, we need to derive the condition for constructive and destructive interference. The intensity of the central maximum in Young's double slit experiment is taken to be I0. Find the intensity at the point where the path difference is lambda by 6. So how to solve this? How to solve this? So I0, if I take it as 4i, okay, then the path difference here is lambda by 6. So delta x is equal to lambda by 6. Okay.
Sir,
so what
I
will happen?
4 I not.
I0 will be 4i0.
Okay.
So I0 will be 4i. Up I dash in our first case. How will you solve it? Okay, I'll explain it in this way. So we know that I0 or I0, if I take the resultant intensity, for instance, I will be equal to I1 plus I2 plus 2 times root of I1, I2 cos phi. So I1 is I. If I take I1 to be I, I2 also to be a I plus 2i cos phi. So it will be 2i into 1 plus cos phi. It will be 2i into 2 cos square phi by 2, which will be 4i cos square phi by 2. This is the value of the resultant intensity. So at the center, phi value is 0, which implies IR is equal to 4i. That is I naught. So when the path difference is lambda by 6, okay, when the path difference is lambda by 6, what will be the phase difference? Delta phi will be equal to phi divided by 2 pi into lambda. So phi, which implies lambda by 6 is equal to phi divided by 2 pi into lambda. Lambda and lambda will get cancelled, and this will get cancelled. So phi will be equal to pi by 3. So take this pi by 3 and substitute it here. Resultant intensity will be 4i into cos square pi by 6. So cos square pi by 6 na evlo? 4i into 3 by 4. So it will be 3 by 4 times 4i is I naught. So it will be 3 by 4 times I naught. Okay. Similarly, when it is lambda by 4, what will you get? 4i into cos square of pi by 8. ಇಲ್ಲ 4i into cos square of pi by 4. Lambda by 4 will be equal to 5 by 2 pi into lambda. Lambda and lambda will get cancelled. This will go 2 times. So pi by 2. Cos square pi by 2 divided by 2 is pi by 4. So it will become 1 by 2 times I naught. Similarly, when you take lambda by 3, if you take, you will get I naught divided by 4.
Sir, in the question, what they have given, sir, that I naught
IQ is I naught. I naught is the resultant intensity. The intensity at the central maxima. So resultant intensity is the formula.
Yes, sir.
At the central maxima, what will be the phase difference between these two waves? It is 0. So 0 substitute panabo, you get 4i. This 4i is what is I naught. So you have to write all other answers in terms of I naught. It's not IQ, it is I naught. 33. Show that the uniform electric field, that in a uniform electric field, dipole experience only torque but no net force. So this you know. Similarly, a dipole consists of two equal and opposite charges placed 2 centimeters apart. And the dipole is placed in uniform electric field of 10 power 5 Newton per Coulomb to experience the maximum torque of 0.2 into 10 power minus 3 Newton. Find the magnitude of each charge. So D is equal to 2 into 10 power minus 2 meter. E is equal to 10 power 5 Newton per Coulomb. Torque maximum is equal to 0.2 into 10 power minus 3. So 0.2 into 10 power minus 3 is equal to Q into 2 into 10 power minus 2 into E, that is 10 power 5 into sine 90. So 2 will cancel this 0.1 times. So Q will be equal to 0.1 into 10 power minus 8. Or it will be 1 into 10 power minus 9 Coulomb. 1 nano Coulomb is going to be the charge. Wait. 10 power minus 6. So 1 into 10 power minus 7 Coulomb should be the answer. Okay. This is again a textbook problem. So what is the net outward flux through each flat face? It is 2 times E into delta S. So 2 into E value is 200 into area is going to be pi into 25 into 10 power minus 2 the whole square. Oh, sorry. 5 into
flat face. No?
Sorry, da?
Each flat face, right? So 2,
Upper,
why are we multiplying?
upper each, na 200. That. So 200 into pi into 25 into 10 power minus 4. So 25 into 2 is going to be 5,000 into pi into 10 power minus 4. So 0.5, basically pi by 2. Pi by 2 Newton meter square per coulomb will be the answer. So pi is 3.14 by 2, which will be 1.57 Newton meter square per coulomb. What is the flux through the side of the cylinder? Side means multiply this with 2. Oh, sorry, side means this part. So side, this part is flux is 0 because electric field and aerial vector are perpendicular. What is the net outward flux through the cylinder? Net outward flux is 2 times this value, which is 3.14 Newton meter square per coulomb. And D, what is the net charge inside the cylinder? So net charge is equal to 3.14 into epsilon naught, which is 8.85 into 10 power minus 12. How much is it? 3.14 into 8.85 into 10 power minus 12. Okay. So this will be 2.78 into 10 power minus 11 coulomb. 34th. When a positively charged particle enters into a uniform magnetic field with uniform velocity, what is the trajectory of the particle? One minute. So what is going to be the trajectory, guys? When a positively charged particle enters into a uniform magnetic field with uniform velocity, what is the trajectory of a particle? It can either be a straight line, circle, or helix. It can either be a straight line, circle, or helix. So two charged particles A and B have the same charge, mass, and speed enter into a magnetic field in such a way that the initial path A makes an angle 30 degree and the particle B makes an angle 90 degree with the field. Then the trajectory of which of the ones will have greater radius? Answer.
So 90 degrees.
90 will have greater radius. Why?
Yes.
R is equal to mv sine theta divided by qb here. Is this the logic you used?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Correct. That should be the answer. So I want you to make a note. RA is greater than RB. Sriram, please write it down. RA is greater than R. Sorry, RB
Yes.
is greater than RA. RA is
Yes.
less than RB. This should be the answer. RA is less than RB. Third, an electron having a momentum of 2.4 into 10 power minus 23 kilogram meter per second enters a region of magnetic field of 0.15 Tesla. The field vector makes an angle 30 degree with the initial velocity vector of an electron. What is the radius of the helical path? So R is equal to mv sine theta divided by E into B. So momentum is given 2.4 into 10 power minus 23. Sine theta is how much? Half. Divided by E is 1.6 into 10 power minus 19. Into B is how much? 0.15. 0.15 is 15 divided by 100. So solving this, you should get the answer as 0.5 millimeter. That is the answer. Okay, fourth one. The magnetic field in a certain region, of space is given by 8.35 into 10 power minus 2 I cap Tesla. A proton is shot to the field with velocity of this much value. The proton follows a helical path in the field. What is the distance moved by the proton in the x direction during the period of revolution in the yz plane? So basically they're asking what is pitch. Pitch is 2 pi mv cos theta divided by q into b. Right. So what is going to be the speed of the particle? Speed, you will calculate it as root of 2 into 10 power 5 the whole square plus 4 into 10 power 5 the whole square. So root of 4 plus 16, root 20 into 10 power 5 the whole square. So root 20 will be 2 root 5. So 2 root 5 into 10 power 5. So 2 root 5 into 10 power 5 is going to be the value of speed. So 2 into 3.14 into mass of the particle is 1.6 into, 9.1 into 10 power, 1.6 into 10 power minus 27 into V is 2 root 5 into 10 power 5 2 root 5 into 10 power 5, the whole divided by Q is 1.6 into 10 power minus 19 into B is 8.35 into 10 power minus 2. Right. When you solve all these things, you should get the answer as 0.157 meter. See, this problem by mistake, it came with too many calculations. You will not get this tough and all. Don't worry. So what is the frequency of revolution? So frequency is how much? QB divided by 2 pi m. So Q, what is the frequency of revolution of particle? QB divided by 2 pi m. That's it. Right. Next. Answer. At what angle of incidence the deviation through the prism maximum? Answer. When theta is equal to 90 degrees. Because when theta is equal to 90 degrees, only what will happen? When theta is equal to 90 degrees, what will happen? It will undergo a critical angle, right? So during the critical angle, the deviation is going to be maximum. Second, a ray of light falling at an angle of 50 degrees is refracted through the prism and suffers minimum deviation. If the angle of the prism is 60 degrees, what is the angle of minimum deviation? So angle of incidence is 50 degrees.
Sir, here angle of prism.
60.
So it is fixed for all prism or it varies, sir?
It varies. It can vary anything. So I1 is 50. Since they told minimum deviation, I is equal to E. What is the angle of minimum deviation? So delta m is equal to 2i minus a. And our delta is equal to I plus e minus a. See, actually, this problem you will not be able to do unless the value of 50 is given, sine 50 is given. And they didn't mention a ray of light falling at an angle of 50 degrees refracted through a prism and suffers a minimum deviation. No, you can actually solve it, sorry. So this is 50. If you go parallel, this is 50, this is 60. So 2i is 100 minus 60. Answer will be 40. So angle of deviation is 40 degrees.
Sir, then the first subdivision, if A is fixed, right, then I should be maximum. Like for the first subdivision, if you take this formula, like the angle of deviation is I plus C minus A, then A is fixed, it is 60, it's given, then I should be maximum. It can take any value, right? How are you telling it 90?
Maximum blended, all the angles are acute maximum. 90 then.
Okay.
Have you ever seen angles being greater than that?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, that is all about this paper, right? So I hope it's done. Nitish, I checked that. I don't know, it is wrong only. It is still sticking to what I told. Okay, you can refer other questions.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, we'll wind up, guys.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.